Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A brief introduction for those of you who may not know me. My name is Sam, and I think there's something I should clarify first of all. For those of you thinking, Christ, he must have been young when he had Sally. Well, I'm not the father of the bride. I'm a very proud brother of the bride. Me and Sally, we go way back. The young girl that I used to wrestle on Mum's bed, battle on the PlayStation, fight in the garden. Somehow this girl has grown up and, as of today, got herself a husband. Yeah. She's done all right, but we'll get on to welcoming Lewis a bit later. I've got to give him the big brother talk and all that. But first thing, let's raise a toast to welcome the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Lovesy. As the first speaker in one hell of a lineup, I'd like to welcome you all to the wedding today. It's lovely to see so many people here to celebrate this very special occasion. The bride and groom are of course very grateful, especially to those of you who, like myself, have had to travel very far to get here today. I live 20 minutes away, if that's... I know that means it means a great deal to Sally and Lewis that you're all here to celebrate with them. Now, before I get too into it, I want to start with a bit of an apology, actually. If you're all sitting at the ceremony there, waiting for us longer than expected earlier today, that was my fault. Me and Sally, we were having a bit of a moment before going down the aisle. I kind of held Sally back a bit behind the corner around there. Yeah, it was a lot to take in. You know, this once tomboy was stood there in this beautiful dress, and there's just 1,000 memories flying through my head. It was emotional, and seeing this girl go from kids crashing bikes into each other to a full-grown, beautiful woman asking me to walk her down the aisle. It's a lot to process. And as we walked there down that aisle, it was difficult to hear or see anything else. It was me and my little sister in our own little bubble. One other short story about Lewis whilst we're on the topic. Actually, it's one that involves them both, and it's the beginning of how we got here today. So, how they first became a couple. From what I understand, Sally actually kept turning Lewis down. Whether that was playing hard to get or genuinely looking for anything else, we're not quite sure. But after, I believe, 2 declines, the third ask was always a gamble. She could say yes, she could get a restraining order. However, like Gollum, he didn't give up on the pursuit of his precious. And I'm glad he didn't, because I see how happy you make her, and me and my mum couldn't ask for more. All joking aside, you're an outstanding young man, with a kind and generous son. Me, my mum, the Nicholases, we couldn't be happier to welcome you into the family as your family has welcomed Sally into theirs. For me and Sally growing up, one place that's probably seen the most action would be my mum's bed. No. Not like that, you dirty bastards. No. As kids, it was our arena to resolve any argument. I'm flattered that you asked me to do this speech and play a part in today. You're a great sister. Thank you for all the fun times growing up. Childhood really was a blast. And as you take this exciting big step into adulthood, I wish you a lifetime of love and happiness. It's amazing to see you as happy as you are and in such a beautiful relationship.
Sally, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage
as a sign of our marriage
and a symbol
and as a symbol
of my love and commitment.
Lewis, I accept this ring
As a sign of our marriage,
as a sign of our marriage,
and I will wear it
and I will wear it
with love and pride.
with love and pride. Lewis, I give you this ring
As a sign of our marriage,
as a sign of our marriage
and as a symbol
and as a symbol
of my love and commitment.
of my love and commitment.
Sally, I accept this ring
As a sign of our
as a
marriage,
sign of our marriage
and I will wear it
and I will wear it
with love and pride.
with love and pride.
This is my wife. Now, for those who know Sally, you know how kind, caring, and compassionate she is. And for those who don't know her, she's a fucking nerd. Thank you, Sam, for that lovely speech, as well as Raising on Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. But really, what an amazing speech. I'm sure those words will stick with us for quite some time. Thank you for not only giving me your beautiful sister's hand in marriage, but also welcoming me into the family as you have done. I'm also grateful to be able to call Dawn Nicholas my new mother-in-law. As I'm sure you'll all see tonight, this is where Sally gets her love for dancing from. I can't wait to see you both on the floor. Thank you for such a fun, loving, courageous daughter, who I am pretty sure endeavours to make me smile every day. Sally has told me many stories of her growing up, and at the backbone of each of these was your support and encouragement. You make me a better person every single day. I promise to love and cherish you for the rest of my life. We've had some incredible adventures together, from hiking through the Japanese mountains, hearing dubious roars, to watching the Disney fireworks in Florida. But some favourite memories are the small moments where we share a home, like cuddling on the sofa with Luna, wine in hand to watch TV, or simply just eating dinner at the table. I'm grateful for every moment we spend together. Yes, even when you roll over in bed and fart. And I'm excited to spend the rest of my life making more memories with you. I just want to say how grateful I am to be married to you. She is the love of my life, my partner in crime, and my best friend. Together we will conquer the world, so let's raise a glass to love, laughter, and happily ever after.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure you'd all agree that this has been an absolutely amazing wedding celebration for our beautiful couple, Lewis and Sally. Unfortunately, now you've all got to listen to me for the next 5 or so minutes. If we haven't met yet, I'm Luke, one of Lewis's best men. And I'm totally honoured to have been chosen. Totally honoured. Well, as one of 2. I'm not bitter. You alright, Jack? You alright? Good. Before I start giving Lewis a hard time, I just want to give a quick shout out to the bridesmaids, groomsmen, and a special mention to the mums, Dawn and Caroline. You've all come together to make this day so special for Lewis and Sally, so thank you. And of course, successfully overshadowing everyone here today, Sally, you look amazing. Lewis is a very lucky man. Right. So where can I possibly start with Mr. Lewis Lovesey? I first met Lewis 12 years ago in sixth form, and first impressions were good. Lewis initially seemed like a pretty normal guy. But as our friendship progressed, I started to notice a few things. Just a few things. I've not gone, don't worry. Firstly, an inability to hold his drink. I'm sure you all know about this, at least in comparison to his new wife anyway. One particular night still haunts me. I was designated driver and Lewis was sat in the back of my little 3-door. Safe to say, When Lewis started to ask for the window to be wound down, I knew things were going to end badly. Lewis promptly began redecorating the back seats of my car. But it's okay though. Lewis bought me 2 scratch cards as compensation. I won £2. Lewis has grown up since then, however. So much so that as his stag do was approaching, he suggested he might bring some light reading with him. An Agatha Christie's Poirot book, which he has recently developed a slightly unhealthy obsession for. Safe to say, we weren't going to let his stag do turn into a cultured book club, and that was quickly vetoed by myself and Jack, although we did let him play some chess. Going back to Lewis's redecorating skills. Since becoming a homeowner, Lewis has turned into a keen handyman. We've seen some great works come from those craftsmen's hands, including the Aero chocolate bar plastering in your spare room, which looks fantastic if you've seen it, and some wiring of lights, whereby Lewis was electrocuted. He electrocuted himself at least 3 times, was it? 3 times? Lewis has always been prone to accidents. Always. Another shining moment in my friendship with Lewis hinges on his love for rugby, and I've spent several weekends watching him at Dartfordians with Sally. Although, that's not to say I've watched him playing much rugby. The most prominent memory was him having to exit the field 5 minutes in with an ice pack on his lower back. After the amount of times I've seen this guy trip his way through life, watching Lewis injure himself has to become a part of the norm for me. Despite Lewis being the clumsiest guy I know, I can say with absolute confidence he's an excellent friend, all-round good guy, and he deserves someone as lovely as Sally. I'm sure I speak for everyone in this room when I say we all wish you the happiness that you both deserve. We're all so glad that you've found one another, and I hope this day is a perfect start to your journey as husband and wife. On that note, can everyone please raise their glasses in a toast to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Lovely.
Evening everyone, my name's Jack Thurlow and I have the privilege of being one of Lewis's best men. I'm not much of a public speaker, actually I've been bricking it all day, but Lewis said, just do your best and do a couple of lines. So after a trip to the toilet, I now feel much better. I apologise in advance for my language. I've never been much of a wordsmith, and I have been known to have a bit of a potty mouth. I've known Lewis for almost 16 years. That is to say that I've known Lewis for more of my life than I have without him. And in knowing Lewis, I've experienced some of the best and the dumbest moments of my life. It is my task as best man to embarrass and shame Lewis, but he makes it difficult when he does such a flawless job of that all by himself. But although I will try to make the next 5 minutes uncomfortable for him, I can't guarantee anything. The only person guaranteed an uncomfortable 5 minutes is Sally when she has to share a bed with the drunken Lewis later this evening. I first met Lewis as a budding rugby professional, when Lewis was more boy than hare, before he was bitten by a werewolf, and before he made Chewbacca look like one of those furless cats. He was a passionate on the pitch, even if his athleticism couldn't match mine. In fact, I remember with great detail his rousing pre-game speeches which had more expletives than words, more so what you would expect to hear from a man putting together dodgy flat pack. Shit, cunts, fuck, bastards. Let's put it this way, if his speeches had subtitles, they would be more symbols than letters. I do have a note from the boys at the rugby club. We found Lewis rubbish in every position. Good luck, Sally. Sally, you're an amazing woman and a perfect partner for Lewis. You care for him, encourage him, and make sure he's safe, and that's just after you've drunk him under the table. I never realised Sally was such a philanthropist until they were both together. Quite clearly doing your bit for charity. It wasn't love at first sight though, for the beautiful couple in front of you. No, Sally spent a good while playing hard to get before she eventually had enough of Lewis's begging and finally decided to say yes. Giving proof to that classic saying, if at first you don't succeed, keep pestering them until you eventually wear them down and get them to marry you. After the relationship began though, the love was pure and simple. Sally was pure and Lewis was simple. It's not all one-sided though. Lewis does his bit for caring, especially on Holly Bobs. You will notice that Sally has the complexion of a fresh bed sheet, so Lewis always to hand with sun cream and make sure she is covered head to toe. Lewis, Sally, I can't think of a pair more suited for each other. You're both loving, compassionate, and the life of the party. I'm so glad I've been a part of today. I've no doubt you will cut some unbelievable shapes by the evening's end. Perhaps some twerking, Sally? Maybe. Would you all join me in raising a glass for a toast to the happy couple? May your arguments be short and your makeup sex long. That's me done.
You're